Hi, my name is Ashton Smith, and I'm very passionate about project management in the workplace and personal productivity in my life. I've been searching for a great tool to use for both personal and at work. So today, I'm going to talk about a web-based tool I came across called Asana. At work, it's been feeling a bit unorganized. It seems as though people are not accountable as they could be. Due dates are often missed, budgets go over, and the scope is usually non existent after a few weeks. This type of chaos makes it hard to accomplish tasks. It's hard to just get things done. And everyone has his or her own methods of keeping track of to-do lists. Some people, for instance, just simply use their email to refer back to it, but sometimes they lose their emails. Others use a notepad. Some people just try to remember, and we all know how that ends up. The most common is the device and certain apps that go with it. These are great, but not for collaborating with teams. Have you ever been in a meeting with someone you know isn't paying attention? Ridiculous. They end up saying something to the effect of, "I'll take care of it." Yeah, when? Usually you leave this meeting without any action items and feeling more confused than when you arrived. Something really needs to change here. I decided that we needed to have some sort of project management tool that would allow us to collaborate and manage large projects. Not only that, but I wanted something I could use at work and at home. After looking at other project management tools like AtTask, I decided on Asana, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. Our needs list is long, but to name a few, I guess these are the main ones we need. Project tracking, for instance, will help manage multiple teams and multiple projects. It also needs to be robust enough that it can track tasks at the team level, meaning that we can assign it to each other or select due dates for ourselves. Mobile access is important for us because of the amount of time we spend running around from meeting to meeting. After seeing what Asana had, I realized they had everything we needed plus more. The UI is very intuitive with customization options to change the way you see things. It also has great potential, as you will see as we go through it in more detail. I was excited to see that the individual tasks could be assigned out. Asana is a web-based tool that can be accessed anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection. It also has mobile applications that can be downloaded to iOS and Android devices. The application for these devices still has a way to grow, but they have been adding features regularly each month, so I'm not too worried about it. It can access task lists, check them off, and create new tasks. I like that. Asana is built through a secure site, so when you first arrive on asana.com, you can sign up with a custom username and password, or simply use your Google account that you already have. Mostly, you just need an email to sign up. This is so you have somewhere to send the notifications and completed tasks or newly assigned tasks. This company is very much into innovation and managed growth. In doing this, they don't risk being bought out or going under due to disruption in technology. Disruptive technology is often the cause of new startups going under. While looking for a project management tool, I searched for a company that would have the desire to stay up on technology, so we were not risking money on a company that would soon go under. I wondered what would stop us from using this tool and what would keep it from being successful. For those who are not used to entering information into a tool like Asana, it will be difficult to get used to doing this. It can be time consuming at first when trying to establish good practices and entering information. I'll also have issues with the implementation into the network. I love that Asana is free up to 15 members. This has allowed me to test with no cost to the church. As we start to grow and get other members on board, we can expand. Anything over 100 members will require a phone call to work out pricing, but that's okay. This will definitely be the case with our department, but we'll work something out. First, I want to implement this tool on my team of 4. I would like to have each team member working in the environment so they get used to it and they're constantly using the tools and the interface. They're adding information, assigning tasks back and forth. This is what's going to help them actually get used to it. Next, I'll need to start sharing this information with other teams. I plan to meet with these teams during their community of practice meetings. As they begin to use Asana, I plan to gather feedback through Google Forms. Then I will create user analysis. It will be interesting to see how much each team uses the tool as I share it with them and actually how they use that tool. Through feedback, user analysis, data analysis, and other documentation, I'll create a project analysis and recommendations for implementation. I'll use ADDIE to direct my path as I do this. This will be key in the implementation. Not everyone works the same, so we'll be able to use the analysis to determine the best practices for our department. My end goals are to cut back on those issues I spoke about earlier. Missed handoffs, confusion, scope, schedule, budget. I also want to build collaboration and alleviate stress. That's a big one. In the end, we'll be able to save money and have a better work environment. Those participating will work better and be more productive. Once I have implemented this tool on several teams and have prepared a project document, I plan on presenting to my resource manager. Then, I'll ask to present to our digital media director. Here, I will need to show that by using Asana, our productivity will go up and that the money we spend will actually save money in the long run. From what I have learned so far, I have a few resolutions for the issues we may encounter. I know we will need to build a basic training that will cover basic instructional use of Asana and how it is used in our department. During the learning curve, we will need to continually refer them to Asana so they are always in the environment, like I mentioned before. I'll also work with the IT department to determine integration into the network. As we get started, the users will need templates to follow. Otherwise, processes will be done differently across the board. How confusing. They will need documentation to refer to for troubleshooting and knowledge base. We want to create standardization, but always continue to update those documents as things change. I love Asana. I've been using this tool personally for about a year and found it great for personal productivity. I love Asana because I can keep work separate from my personal life. I love Asana, so if you don't have it yet, go try it. Just visit asana.com. Thanks for listening.